Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's coaching video is called My Confidence is My Problem. Now, as many of you know, these coaching videos is when one of you guys sends me in a question, and if I think it'll benefit my viewers, I will answer it in a video. And in this particular email, this guy, he writes in from Europe. He's a younger guy. And really what he's going through is he had a recent breakup with a girl that he was in love with, and his confidence is a little low right now, which, you know, almost all of us go through that. We take a little blow to our egos and we lose a little self-esteem and confidence during a breakup. So I'm just going to go through his email and give him some pointers on how he could boost his confidence, especially with the ladies. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. All you have to do is head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the contact tab, and shoot me a message from there. All I ask is that you keep your questions and messages to me just rather short and to the point, a couple paragraphs max. Otherwise, I just don't have time to get through them. And I will answer you as soon as possible. I do have my paying clients that I must answer first, but if you're a little patient, I will get back to you usually within a few days. But if you need to get in touch with me right away and you want to dive a little deeper into your issue, what I recommend you do is, again, head over to my website at skillofattraction.com. Click on the coaching tab, and there you'll see that I have several options for you to choose from, including emergency coaching, and I also offer a couple of monthly coaching packages where I will work with you throughout the month. And I will put a link to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. So let's get on to this email. He says, "Hey, first of all, I want to thank you for your amazing work." Well, thank you for supporting it. "My problem is my confidence and self-esteem." Well, sadly, that's most men's problem. "I'm a 21-year-old guy from Europe and have recently lost his girlfriend, a girl I really loved. I've been having problems with my confidence forever. I think it's mostly caused by some of the verbal abuse and bullying I experienced from a lot of people growing up. My father, ex-friends, classmates, strangers, etc." Well, that's very possible, but you can overcome this. I mean, you want to use that frustration and anger to fuel your growth. "About 3 months ago, I started working out, which helped my case a lot. Yes, working out will definitely boost your confidence. But I still observe some confidence fluctuations, and it's messed me up. For example, I would be out feeling super confident, then I try to make eye contact with a hot girl, which fails, and I end up losing all my confidence for the rest of the day." Well, for starters, most everyone feels a little self-doubt from time to time. I mean, obviously some more than others, but you're really putting too much emphasis on getting validation from other people for your own ego. What I mean is when your confidence is based on what other people say or do, I mean, you're already setting yourself up to lose because you have no control over other people's thoughts and opinions. But you do have control over what you do and your thoughts and that self-talk. By self-talk, I mean that's the conversations that you have with yourself inside your head. Now, this has caused me to have major doubts in myself. So even when a girl actually makes eye contact, I feel like she's looking at me because I look weird or ugly. Well, this is that negative self-talk I was just talking about, and when you do this, your brain really has no choice to believe it. So essentially, you're convincing yourself that you're worthless, and it's confirmed by the way strangers react to you. So because you convinced yourself that you're weird or ugly, when a girl looks away from you or you don't get the response that you're hoping for, your self-talk says, "Yep, that's the reason why you're weird or ugly. Told ya." That's why you have to watch your self-talk. You need to change it into more positive things. Where was I here? And I never end up talking to them because deep inside I feel like I'm not worth it or not in their league. Well, for one thing, no woman is out of your league. I mean, obviously, there are going to be some women that are higher up in the sexual marketplace, but it's only because you're not there yet. It's like if you're working a job flipping hamburgers and you're thinking, well, I'll never get that high-paying job that I want. Well, you will eventually. You just have to work at it, and eventually you'll build yourself up to that point where you'll be there. Same thing with women. And again, you're setting yourself up to fail with that attitude. I mean, you want to develop the attitude that all women love you and they just can't get enough of you. Now, of course, that's not going to be true. In fact, most women aren't going to be interested in you. I mean, most girls aren't interested in me either, but I just tell myself that they are until they prove me otherwise. I mean, overconfidence is really key to having good game. But, I mean, for me, when I discover that whichever girl is not into me, I don't take it personal. I just tell myself, I was like, well, I guess I'm just not her type, which is more than likely the truth. I mean, just like not every attractive girl you see is your type. You may find her attractive, but can you really see yourself with her? Sometimes. Obviously, there are very attractive girls that you're like, oh, hell yeah. But it's the same way. I'm sure you have some girls now or in the past that have been interested in you, but you're just kind of like, eh. I mean, maybe they're kind of attractive, but they just don't really do it for you. He continues here. This caused me to lower my standards so much, and still I'm single and only had one serious relationship, and I feel like I'm getting old and wasting my youth. Well, for one thing, you're not getting old. I mean, you're only 21, and you're far from getting old. I mean, I'm 46, and I don't even think of myself as old, but I'm old enough to know that life is short, and the older you get, the quicker it goes by. But I don't want to get off track here. Another thing, I didn't have my first serious relationship until I was 20. I mean, I dated prior to that, and I had girlfriends, but I never really got seriously involved with anyone. I wouldn't even really call them my girlfriend. So you're really just being too hard on yourself. And another thing I wanted to point out here is you said that you have set your standards, you've lowered your standards. And you don't want to do that. You never want to settle for, whatever you could get, because you're never going to be happy that way. And you're always going to want more, and which will cause your relationships to be mediocre at best. So you never want to settle. Set your standards way higher than they are now, because that's going to cause you to work harder to get to that point. He says, I've been told I'm good looking by many people. And no, not by my mother. Your mother never tells you you're good looking? I'm just kidding. I also get quite a lot of looks from girls, but how do I convince myself that they actually like what they see and not the opposite? I hope you help out, Erik, and thank you so much for all your videos and articles. Well, to develop your confidence, the first thing to take into consideration is you need to push your limits and step outside your comfort zone. I mean, yes, it is quite scary, but to be strong and brave doesn't mean that you aren't scared. It means that you have the balls to do it despite being afraid. I mean, you think all these military guys aren't shaking in their boots when they're in the battlefield or in the war zone? I mean, they're scared to death. I know some of those guys, and they are scared to death, but they just do it anyway. And that's what being brave is. And once you do it, you'll see that in most cases you actually can do it. And you're going to be asking yourself, why have I been so afraid for so long? And this wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. And I mean, I do this all the time, and it's not even things that I'm afraid to do. It's like things I dread doing, like going to renew my driver's license or something like that. I know going to the DMV is going to be a huge pain in the butt, and going to take me forever. I'm going to have to deal with people that are not very polite at all. And I procrastinate, and before I know it, my license is expired, and I forgot about it. I get pulled over, I get arrested, and then I have to go. And I go, and I'm in and out like that. Zip, zip. And then I think, what the hell was I waiting so long for? And it's the same thing with facing your fears. I mean, it's going to be scary, but once you do it, you're going to be like, holy crap, that was not that bad at all. And the confidence that you develop from pushing yourself outside your comfort zone in all areas of your life is going to spill over into your confidence with women as well. And I've already explained how you need to change your self-talk, but developing confidence with women is also pushing past your fears and just going for it. Reminds me of that movie, We're the Millers. I think it's with Jennifer Aniston, and I can't remember the other guy's name. He was in Saturday Night Live. But anyway, he was coaching this younger guy on how to make a move and kiss this girl that he was interested in. And his advice was, he goes, just, proverbially close your eyes and go 1, 2, 3, go. And I mean, that's really how I do it. I didn't take lessons from him, but it's very similar how I do it. It's just, I just go for it, because if you think about it for too long, you're going to psych yourself out and you're never going to do it. And again, you'll see that there really wasn't much to be afraid of. I mean, most women are going to be sure not to hurt your feelings when they're rejecting you. And I mean, I've never come across a woman that has been mean or humiliating when rejecting me. I mean, yes, rejection does suck. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, it's a little bit of a blow to the ego, but it's part of life for all of us. And you just have to, suck it up and move on to the next one. And if you find yourself getting rejected or failing over and over again, it's really just a sign that you need to tweak things a bit and just change your approach. I realize that we're taught from a young age that failure is a bad thing. And we get a failing grade in school and we're bad. We get punished. But failure is really just a learning experience. It simply means that you need to make some changes. You were doing things wrong that way. You failed at it. So that's the universe's way of telling you, okay, you have to do it a different way, because that is not going to work for you. So as far as building your confidence with women goes, the best thing that you could do outside of looking your best is to practice. And when I say looking your best, you're already working out. You want to dress nice. And when I say dress nice, I mean, that's subjective. I'm not saying you have to wear a suit and tie around. I mean, if that's you, then you should. But what I'm saying is you want to wear good fitting clothes that match your personality. You want to have good hygiene, shave, or if you have facial hair, make sure it's nice and trimmed, get a haircut. Keep up on all that stuff, because women do pay attention to those things, and it will really help you. But when I say practice, what I'm saying is no one is born with confidence. The guys that are really good with women, the guys that most people would call naturals, they're not really natural. They're not born that way. They just happen to find out at an early age, or figure out at an early age, what works for them. That's why a lot of those guys, if you ask them, what do you do that attracts women? They have no clue. It's just what has worked for them. And on a subconscious level, they have repeated it and built upon that, and it has continued to work. And we get that way just from pushing ourselves and from reputation. So you want to start talking and flirting with women, but all women, not just girls that you're attracted to. You want to talk to the girls that you're not so attracted to, because if you only save it for those really attractive women that you want to meet, you're not going to have the confidence to do it, because you're just going to be putting too much pressure on yourself. But if you have practice talking to all women the same way, flirting and being playful with the not so attractive girl, and being flirty and playful with the very attractive girl, it's not going to seem like that big of a deal. I mean, yes, the stakes are going to be a little higher because you are attracted to them, but it's not going to be that difficult for you. And so you want to practice with all women. I mean, these could be, the girl who's a store clerk, the barista at a coffee shop, maybe some girl that's sitting next to you on a train. I mean, really, any girl, girls you pass on the street, girls you see in the mall. And you don't have to worry about saying the right thing. I mean, so many guys get hung up on saying the right thing or saying the perfect line to attract a girl. And I've found that the best pickup line is hi. So just start off by saying hi to these girls and just follow it with a friendly smile. And you'll see that they will say hi and smile right back at you. And once you feel a little bit comfortable with that and you see that these girls aren't going to bite your head off, you want to begin to escalate things a little bit and be a little playful and trying to make her laugh and smile just by the things that you say to them. Just have fun with it. Don't take it so serious. And once you notice that you're getting good responses from that, then you start asking women questions about themselves. But interesting questions, not the boring interview style questions like, so where are you from? Where'd you grow up? What school did you go to? What major? Or what are you majoring in? I mean, girls have heard that 1,000 times and they're like, ugh. So ask them interesting questions. And you also want to be interested in what they have to say. Don't just ask them interesting questions, then turn your attention elsewhere. Because this way you could build off of what they say and you could be playful and humorous with that stuff too. But what you don't want to do, you don't want to offer information about yourself, because this is a good way to learn if they're interested in you too. Because if they're not interested, they're not going to ask you any questions. They're just going to answer what you said to be polite, but they're not going to ask you any further questions. So you want to let them, ask you questions and then try to pull answers out of you. And also this keeps you a little bit mysterious too. And eventually you're going to see that this is really not that big of a deal. And your confidence is going to be growing like crazy. And before you know it, you're going to be able to ask them for their phone number right on the spot and tell them that, I want to take you out on a date. What's your phone number? And it really is that simple. I mean, obviously you have to build your confidence up to get to that point, but it's really not complicated. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email. And if you like this video, I would really appreciate you giving it a thumbs up and to share it with any of your friends and family. And I would also really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol that's next to it so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, not only will I have a link to both my contact page and my coaching page, but I also have a link to PayPal if you deem this video worthy of a donation. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.